like button and the subscribe button on your way in, okay? So you do not miss another one of these updates. The channel is still new over here, okay? We are still working on the other channel, the main channel, but I do have, look at me like about to deliver another love reading. So, you know what we are in for. Some more details about this situation. You know what is also good about this period of time? I do feel like for the next couple of weeks, the love readings may start to come out a little bit more consistently with dynamic shifts. And I say that with dynamic shifts because that's important. For those that know me, I'm going to say it again for the 100th time. I do not like to do love readings every single day. There's so many other things that we could focus on that could elevate your life and feed you the same way, if not even more, um, than focused on, manifesting a relationship, yada, yada, yada. Now, the good part about the love coming out so strongly and clearly in these readings is the fact that um I think that you will be able to follow your story, even if it's not something that you are currently like experiencing right now. It does look like for the collective, the major theme is that it will be in your very near future. Okay, so just off top, some key indicators, because I've said this so many times. So many people get confused on what a twin flame is, what they're supposed to do, what you're supposed to do with the twin flame. Um, you know, if you're supposed to be with the twin flame or not. I have my own personal opinions about what that is. I'm going to give you as much of a fact-based uh evidentiary kind of standpoint so that you can make those kind of conclusions on your own. But you will receive information, a plethora of information about your deep fake, because that's how he was coming up, or she was coming up as your deep fake um soulmate, your deep fake twin flame, however you want to look at it. It could be a twin flame, it could be a false flame. Either way, they kind of operate the same. Um and with those details, you know what you don't want, you know what you don't need, you know what lessons you've already learned. All right, I'm saying all that to say that the soulmate, the person who is your high level soulmate, your high level divine counterpart that you're supposed to be with, this is not a figment of, let me just say this too, this is not a figment of your imagination. You do deserve to be with a person who matches your fly, so to speak. You will be in contact with one. You just need to continue to be in alignment and raise your frequency. Okay, they are literally in your auric field. They would not show up in the reading if they were not physically nearby. It's not just an energy based thing where it's like, oh, we've met in the 5D and about, like, okay, yeah, but where is he at? Where is she at? Okay, so the good thing about is when you are fully in this journey, because the twin flame journey is not just about the twin flame. It is about navigating that process, coming back to yourself, and then getting to the high level person. All right, they mirror each other. Not only does the twin flame mirror you, the twin flame will mimic what the soulmate is doing, okay, in real time. And there'll be certain aspects of them that are comparable in some way. So, there may be similar personality traits between the deep fake and the true soulmate. Okay. Like they may be, okay, for men, they may be extremely ambitious and hardworking, right? But one may not be financially where they want to go, or, they may not be financially fulfilled. The other one may be closer to in that fulfillment space, or like you're the last piece of the puzzle, something about like that, right? Or even just superficial details like the deep fake flame could have, four sisters, and they could be the only boy, or they can have the soulmate might have a bunch of sisters too. And it's something where it's like, you'll know. And all of this is on purpose. Okay, so that you can know the difference between what. Now, both of them, it does feel like both of them are kind of like dealing, it feels like healthy stress. Like they're both going through healthy stress. What is that thing that so there's some type of scientific study where they did some study on men, and I don't know if it has to do with like men who were getting married or knew that they were marrying their wife like when they first met them. Something about that, but it's something about like how a woman can trigger the man's hero syndrome or hero something. Basically, it stresses men out. Like there is okay. What am I trying to say? There are everybody has a person, right? And a person may act differently with you than they would another person, and vice versa. So there's things that you can trigger within a person, just being you, right? Now, you as a divine being may be able to trigger things within multiple different types of people. However, the reactions that you get from them may still vary. So I'm seeing for the deep fake, you trigger a sense of stress that's healthy, but it's almost like they're late. Like I'm seeing them almost be like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Is like they were supposed to been following you around, and they kind of were, but they just weren't on track, on par, in alignment, whatever it is. And it's like now they're finally catching up to the idea that you maybe could possibly be the one. Maybe they've already known this, but things in their life were not panning out a certain way. You know, early in the year, it was like something about like somebody's money was funny. So because their money was funny, they couldn't offer to you, like they still did their best in some ways, but it's like they couldn't really offer you the things that you deserved. Like I felt like it was something about them being dang, what reading was that? It was something about they were being like they felt insecure because basically it's like they felt like they couldn't properly take you off the market. Okay, so you know that means different things for different men. Maybe a man wanted to be able to buy you a house. Maybe somebody wanted to gift you something significant, big. I don't know. Um, he couldn't be the provider that he wanted to be, is the consensus. Okay. So now something has triggered them. It's a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of overload going on that I feel like this is more like an accumulation. This is not just an overnight situation. And they could even be praying for more time. They could even be praying for um for grace, even for mishandling you in some way or not taking certain things or certain steps seriously, because again there's something about like the clock, time, planning. It's like they feel like they need more time and planning. um Now on the flip side of that, you have your soulmate who's also dealing with a lot of stress. Okay, and the stress here feels a lot more healthy, but it still is stress. The stress around this, though, is more about them planning. They are planning and actively planning steps. And when I say everything has to do with we this, we that, we this, like you may think this man is French, the way he says we so much, or she, okay? But it is definitely, they are putting you in their future plans and they want you to do the same, but it's almost like they kind of have a lot of things covered. I think also too what their thing is like they're anxious about your reaction. So this is someone who may have seen the blueprint, maybe the divine delivered the blueprint once you guys met, and they have in tow exactly what they should be doing, and they're following things to a T, but it's almost as if like they feel like they either don't have enough time or they feel like all they have is time. And wait, what? It's like they don't have enough time, but all they have is time, and they want to spend all the time with you. Child, what? Okay, so that's also going to be another key indicator about you knowing the difference between the two. They both, of course, enjoy your company. They both enjoy spending time with you. You are going to have to choose between two people. One person who you have history with, and a person who is brand new, who is coming with all of like these new plans, new experiences. So it's going to be kind of scary. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I'm putting myself in the reading right there, cuz in my mind I would be scared if that was the case. I don't want you guys to be scared, collective. This is more so about like, it depends on how you process stress. So because there's so much stress, anxiety, overload in this deck, there's also like fright and nightmare. Okay, there could also be something going on in terms of like how you feel about this. Like you could feel maybe even slightly overwhelmed by what is going on. A couple readings ago, when I was giving you some details about the soulmate, I mentioned something about like like you could, it was something about like them, like you feel like you could lose them, but they're actually really stable. Like, and by stable is like they are stable themselves, but I'm saying like they aren't going anywhere. Like that's what this person wants you to know. It's like they're not going anywhere. There is absolutely nothing that could make y'all not be together unless like you really like did the most and was like, I don't want to do this. Like, and I'm not even sure all the way that would be super convincing for them. It's like it would take a lot to get rid of them. So that's a good thing. Luckily, it's you and not some other random ass hoe, because you know, random ass hoes would do with that information, you know. And I guess that's part of the reason why they're trusting you with it. It's something about them like doing a lot of future planning, but it's not future faking. So the deep fake is into future faking, and they don't even mean to do it in a malicious way. It's not like they're trying to lie about the future. It's like those are things that they really want or wanted to do with you, but it's like they just don't have the capacity to do it. They don't have the bandwidth, they don't have the resources. Things are moving too slow for them, and it's all because they mishandled you. Like some of this could have been like, you know, avoided. All of this could have been avoided. All of the mishaps, all the delays that you guys had in the past could have been avoided. Um, and this is the other thing too with twin flames. Twin flames always go rogue. Always. Always. If it's not you who is going rogue because you've learned the lessons and decided to move on, it's them. So they either leave the mission, leave you stranded high and dry, and then you are either sitting there waiting for them to come back, and they may or may not. And when they do, they come back and they still not right. They still have been trying to avoid healing and all this other bullshit. Regardless of that, it's like y'all already know what that is. Okay. Like I don't even mean to sound like I'm irritated, but I'm slightly hoping that you guys just know that already. I'm hoping I'm speaking to the crowd that understands what the tea is so that we can move the fuck on. Because that's part of the reason why I don't do love readings every day, because y'all be stuck on like tiny details. And it's clear that y'all do that because of the way that other people read on this platform. It'll be a slight shift and there's a whole reading on a slight shift. And it's like, okay, it's shit. Energy is always shifting. It's like, what are you doing with that information to make a large enough shift to where it makes an impact to where you see some major change? Okay, so when you are seeing like incremental change, it's not about getting discouraged. It's literally about like, okay, what am I not seeing in this situation so that we can move past this? Because I'm not even gonna hold y'all. A lot of y'all. Let me just say this to the readers: if you're a reader and every single day it's literally the same story, and you haven't figured a way to like move on and help your collective, your said collective, into a new direction, I'm putting that onus on you. That's no shade. There's really no shade, because I mean, there's a bunch of readers, and there's readers who have amazing techniques to their readings, blah blah blah, yada yada. But what we're not gonna do is rehash the same shit, girl. Let me move on. Or also the reader needs to move on. That's also a whole nother conversation. So I did not mean to turn that into shading the readers, but I do want to give you guys some little timeline, because there's something significant that could be happening in the next 7 to 8 months. And it has to do with like leading up to these next 7 to 8 months, enjoying the peaceful moments that you have, and open your arms up to unforgettable pleasures of life, because you deserve them. Okay. So I think I said something also in a reading a couple days ago, where I was saying that, like, enjoy this time that you have, this downtime that you have. It could be also a part of, like, because we're in the holidays, also we're in Mercury retrograde. There could be a lot of different things that could be giving you the illusion that things are not going to pick up. Okay. And when I say by pick up, they're going to, like, you're going to have, I don't like telling people what to do. Okay. You are going to most likely hit the ground running. And it has to do with things that you've already been seeding and working on. And I want to say some of this has to do with, like, during the time that you were around this twin flame, the deep fake. But now, like, if you step into the confidently, this whole situation with the soulmate, whoever this may be, because also the reason why I'm saying that too is because I feel like some of you could be a little off put by the way that this person wants to collaborate with you, and the way that they are coming. It's like they are, the more presence they have in your life on your timeline, the more they actually break, like, etheric chords with you and another person. Okay. Like, that's what I'm really getting. It's like they are literally helping you trim the fat, and you may not recognize it or understand it fully, because also too, like, while there may be similarities, this person acts nothing like you've ever, like, dealt with in the past. This person doesn't act like how you've ever dealt with other people, or how they've dealt with you. Again, it's like they really are all about we. I want you to think about we. What do you want to do in the next year? What do you want to do in the next 5 years? What is it that you'd like to have? What can I get you? Like, that's how this person is thinking. Okay. And that's all they're thinking about. That's a part of, like, what is giving them, it's not like a bad stress. It's more like anxious. So they're anxious to do those things for you. They're anxious to start planning a vacation. They're anxious to start giving you significant gifts to show you that they are investing in you. And I think that's also important too. They want you to know that they are investing in you, and that is kind of like their what do you call those things? Like a dowry, or a endowment. No, it's a dowry, right? There's got to be a dowry. So, like, when a person offers something to your family in good faith that they're going to marry you or something like that, there's something significant about that. Like, this person wants to put in work somehow, like tangible effort, so that you can have things that are linked to the relationship or something. You know what I mean? Like, so when you go back to the cosmic audit, it's either part 1 or part 2. I can't remember, because they both have details, but there's one that has a little bit more specific details. There was something I mentioned about, like, the person being materialistic. Okay. And I'm bringing that up now because I do still see them as someone who's, like, materialistic, but not in a bad way. So again, like, your deep fake might be someone who is materialistic, and it's more so about, like, them being flashy, or how they how they want other people to view them, like having status symbol things, and like, but it's not like they almost don't have much else to show for these things. This person kind of wants to provide those things for you. They're into them kind of, but it's more so like they want to provide these things for you, to you, whatever. Okay. Um All right. What was the other thing that was coming? Okay, so the anchor of fortune successfully drops from the ship of change as it's rocked wildly by the stormy waves of love. Expect well-deserved success and luck stabilizing your life for the long term. The anchor of fortune gives you courage. The ship of change gives you strength. The waves of love give you soul. Okay, so again, a lot of change. I'm telling you, the change that's coming is going to rock your world, and it's gonna come in the form of love, but it's going to stabilize other areas of your life. So if your money was a little strange at one point, it's definitely going to be more than just what you need. It's going to be like an abundance of that. There's going to be more opportunities there. You're just going to have a lot more. You also have fortune is on your side. An unprecedented rise in vitality awaits you. A second wind brings a phenomenal opportunity for conquering those impossible peaks. There will be a streak of positivity within your day to day life. Get ready for everything to turn out incredibly easy and joyful. Okay. Another indicator about this person makes everything easier for you. They want to make everything easier for you. This is the type of person who's like a problem solver. One of the biggest epidemics, or whatever you want to call it, that I feel like has been sweeping the nation as far as the masculine is concerned, is there is an unprecedented rise of like men who are just not problem solvers. It's like women can't be the only people being able to solve a problem. And I honestly feel like, especially as a divine being, ain't no way you in the collective as a divine being could be with somebody who cannot solve a problem. And by problem, I mean like the smallest to the largest. You, like you need to be with somebody who can kill zombies and also like, you know, pack a storehouse for you to have extra food. Like you need somebody who can change a tire. You need somebody who can you know, I don't, child, you know what the fuck you need. Okay. I'm sorry to curse. It's just, I don't have time. My whole thing is, you know exactly what you need, and you know what a lot of these people be offering, and it just is not on par. It's like, we're not even on the same frequency. Like, I'm not asking you to solve world hunger, but I am asking you to get the moon and maybe a star or two. Okay. So here's the thing. The last thing that I want to leave with you is the fact that you have luck and success. It's coming, it's here, but there's going to be a streak of it. More immediately, you'll see some changes within the first 1 to 2 months from now, or whenever you see this reading. And it's going to be about like you manifesting the things that have already been planned and started. I kind of said that already, but that is important. So you might need to refresh and think about, I mean, this is a perfect time for you to do that. We are in Mercury retrograde, where you need to review, refresh, everything but in front of it. Okay. So there is something about that, like, that you need to be mindful of. Go back and think about the things that you wanted to accomplish, do, had dreams about, things that you may have put on a bucket list that really need to be accomplished like this year. You know, we still got 3 months left, 2 months left, whatever. This person is going to make a lot of those things happen. And it's not because they're just like, you know, in some cases it may seem like they're just swooping in and just like knocking things off, but it's also about like they are providing the provisions for you to get those things done, whether that be tangible resources or just like the energetic support to get those things done, which I feel like is something that the collective may have lacked in previous relationships, where it's like you get the support that you need, that you match with other people. You know, like if somebody's in a 30% capacity, you're there to offer or provide the 75%, 70%, whatever, right? This person is going to be that for you. So yeah, that sounds so nice. I'm so happy for you guys. I feel like this is exactly what Oh, this person is like the golden retriever. Okay, so this card that I was just shuffling, and underneath the deck, it has the alliance card, and it's like a girl hugging the golden retriever. And we've talked about the golden retriever, not much, but we have talked about the golden retriever. That is the person that you're supposed to be with. Now, mind you, I also have said that most people, I feel like the way that they act with you may vary a little bit, but they kind of do give golden retriever at some point, if not initially, whatever. But this person is like the original golden retriever. Okay, like they are so happy to be around you, want to be around you all the time, want to like hang out and do things. Like they will find something to do, like on a day that is a random rainy ass day, after work, like they will find time. It's like, I don't know. And I think that's part of what is going to be slightly off-putting to you. Maybe it's like the way they carve out so much time while also managing to be super busy. Some of that feels maybe a lot for the average divine being. Like, I think we have understood and we actually appreciate our alone time. We almost prefer it. So the idea of being with oh, okay. This man is talking about some, you've been so alone for so long that you don't even know how to be with somebody. Oh, well, excuse me, sir. Like, something about that. All right. So, divine feminine, I think, it's great that you have learned how to be hyper independent. However that came about, whether that's like childhood trauma or if that's just like learned behavior over time, whatever the preference is, this is the time for you to make room for new beginnings. Okay. And making room for new beginnings means also making room for new people in your life, especially if they are coming to match your energy. All right. I'm just going to leave it there. I love you guys. I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully, it will not be another love reading, child. Hopefully, we can talk about something else. Let's talk about, we might need to do a geopolitical reading. So that might be next. All right. I love you guys. Bye.